Ah, good morning, kids. Today, I'm here to tell you a story, a great tale of a Viking king named Uglarak Tefler. A Viking knows his true morals are about in his mind, but not his body. Ogloff one day thought he could come to Valhalla after the life of death. But truth be told, he bestowed that passion through his Viking lads, a pain that was crucial. His army was like a disease, a virus. He was going against the greatest British king himself, Edward the Seventh. But a Viking king such as Olaf had too many details, or life to begin with. But he was a true Icelander, a true goat to his teeth, fought through the battles, shaping the walls, wars of dust, dived into the mountains, until he saw one day that blood was his labyrinth. People called him the Black Wolf. Ow, ow, ow! Raised upon his light, gazed upon like a beast, the armies of his enemies faced his wrath, his pain, his true rage. But when he began to sow the light, ever since he was a young cub, he hunted, prayed, lifted his blade with an axe. He began a war to sweep the armies of King Edward and take England for himself. But one day he grew new, sooner than ever. He might want to soon create a legacy and an empire for his children. For he left a waking chaos, rampage, a mayhem around all kingdoms. But he was an Icelander, but with a true nature. He was an animal, digging like a dog, barking, hounding, sounding, lifting the paws of his grave. But one day Uflof became the beast that he knew how. He knew that setting foot to the British kingdom and taking all of Britain and its treasures and its silver and its mane and its essence, Odin knew that his journey was to the destiny of Valhalla. A waking flame of fire breathing to his lungs. Smoke swept the moon. The sun burned like the mountains weeps. But when the rivers founted with blood, he was going to paint King Edward's head to the next silver platter. Olaf the Great was his name. A story behold by the eyes of those who knew him. But who were to see from a fiery gaze? He was like a dragon, causing despair wherever he went. But the Viking knew that his strength came from his God. But who knows? The devil can be in the details. But King Ulflof knew his hound, knew his perspective, knew his destiny, knew that his story had begun, that a mission was anew. It was 1900 AD when the Vikings splat blood. He renowned and reunited both Greenlanders, Danish Vikings, and Christian Vikings from all of Norwegian Norway. His ships settled into the settlements, coins of gold that he held in his hands. Men like him graved for victory, graved for strength. They said his strength was at least 10,000 men. But people saw a future that he held behind his eyes. Everyone who knew the fate of his blade that slayed and sliced his hand. But he got a great blade, the blade from Odin himself, mixed with the mixture of a vase. A blade no one knew he had. People who tasted victory by his axe, his shield, his sword, his knife, his dagger, split into two. He was like the god Loki, himself of mischief. The Norse passed away through the venturous Ragnarok, where the gods bled, fled, and died. But he was the great, standing, bowed, took over kingdoms without looking back. And there you have it, children. The story of Olaf, the great Viking king. Be in store for more. For stories never end. They are just beginning.